on a 6-2 run, and it's Dinger Tuesday time, baby. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and I am back to talk some more baseball. We got a huge 16-game slate today. It was a small loss yesterday. 3 half-unit plays went 1 and 2. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Lost one on the hook, but still, in the last 8 games or last 8 bets, we were 6 and 2. I want to keep that rolling. I hate these little runs and then we go cold again. I want to stay hot all week long. Let's see if we can make it happen. But quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video is out now for Game 4 between the Mavericks and the T-Wolves, so go check that out. But it's Dinger Tuesday time, which means the contest is back like we've been doing every single Tuesday. If you're new to the channel, here's all you have to do. Leave a comment below with the player you think hits a home run, with the odds that you found it, and the sports book. You must have all 3 to be eligible. You can only pick one, so don't give me like 4 names or anything like that. If we have a tiebreaker, we have the higher odds. So plus 400 beats plus 250, things like that. If we have a tiebreaker with the odds, then it will be the longest home run hit. And if we have a tiebreaker because it's the same player, we'll have a Wednesday showdown. So you guys know how this all works. $20 to the winner. Good luck. Go leave that comment below. But like I said, we got a huge 16-game slate, including a doubleheader. So let's get right into it. And that means we have a baseball fun fact. So here we go. The fun fact today: Bobby Richardson is the only player to win the World Series MVP despite being on the losing team. And he was on the New York Yankees in 1960. Maybe some of you already knew that. I thought that was crazy because giving it to a guy on a losing team would be kind of weird right now. So, or nowadays. So anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday. And then we're going to go over those good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, and then, of course, take a look at that big pitcher report today and wrap it all up with the bets recap, or the best bets and the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below like you guys have been doing every single day. We are going to hit 25,000 subscribers. That is a big thanks to all you guys. We could not do it without you. For those that have been here since the beginning, it's just been wild. It's been a fun ride, about a year and a half, almost 2 years into the channel now, and to be almost at 25,000 is just leaves me and Ryan speechless. Which, by the way, Ryan is back, so this video will look good. I will be more relaxed, so it's good to have him back. So anyways, I'm ready to get started, and that means it's time for the recap. All right, just 3 small half-unit plays. I did not like the slate yesterday, and we just take a small loss. Chris Well, under 5.5 hits allowed. The coach came out. It looked like he was going to take him out. He had given up, I think it was 5 hits at that time. He left him in to give up 1 more hit, and he went over. Lost on the hook. That one hurt. Kansas City Royals money line fell behind early, and then just made a huge comeback in the 9th inning and fell 1 run short. Lost 6-5. And then Gasser in a 2.5 runs. Gasser has been a stud. He really has been lately. This youngster has incredible command, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, you don't need to hear all that, but he's been fun to watch. He gave up 0 earned runs, so that was an easy win. 1 and 2 day after the 5-0 run on Saturday and Sunday. So we are now 6 and 2 in the last 8. Let's keep it rolling. There's the overall record, digging out of that hole that we built ourselves early in the season, but we're almost back to even. Let's get there this week. So anyways, that's the bets recap. Now let's talk the good hitter matchups. Okay, we got 12 good hitter matchups for you today. It goes in order of most at-bats to the least from left to right. Tommy Pham, 8 for 19 with a bomb versus Kevin Gausman. And then I'm not going to go over every single one. You know, not a ton of home runs hit here. We got a couple guys on the right. Unfortunately, one of them is the Astro against Luis Castillo. But Yordan Alvarez, 4 for 9, 3 extra base hits, and 2 bombs off of Castillo. And Yordan is swinging a hot bat right now. And then Kyle Tucker, also 3 for 9 with a home run versus Castillo. And then obviously 6 at-bats is a small sample size, but still Cedric Mullins 4 for 6 versus Bayo. Bellinger and Vaughn both 3 for 6. And there's the rest of the guys, including some Toronto Blue Jays hitters in Springer and Kiner Falefa. And Falefa's actually been swinging the bat pretty well the last 7 days. So those are the best hitter matchups for May 28th. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for May 28th, and it starts with Mr. Grayson Rodriguez versus the Red Sox. Boston is the 6th highest strikeout percentage versus righties this month. Right now I'm doing the month of May, so it's a little over 3 weeks. But 24.4% for Boston. Rodriguez, 51 and 45. He had 5 Ks versus Boston earlier this season. And the crazy part is he just has 5 to 7 Ks in 6 of his last 7 starts. So next one, we know this guy, Scooby-Doo, Tariq Skubal versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates 7th highest K percentage versus lefties at 24.1%. and Screwball 72 Ks in 60 innings not this month, this season. But let's just talk some notes about him now. He has 6 to 7 Ks in 4 of his last 5 starts, but those were against some low K teams. So this is going to be one of his better matchups he's had in a while. Like you see there, KC Royals twice, Arizona, Houston, New York. These are all very low strikeout teams. And even in that, the Yankees, he had 12 strikeouts. So just want to point that out. This is one of his better matchups he's had in a while for strikeouts. Freddie Peralta versus the Cubbies. Cubs, fourth highest K percentage versus righties, right at 25% this month. And Freddie Peralta, 71 Ks in 56.2 innings. He had 5 Ks versus the Cubs on May 5th this season, and he has now had 6 to 8 strikeouts in 8 of 10 starts this season. So hopefully all this info can help you get a winner, whether you want to bet one of these, 2 of them, whatever you want to do, maybe alt lines, things like that. But those are the good pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's talk the pitcher report. Okay, these are the first 8 matchups for Tuesday, and we have a good one in Detroit. Tariq Skubal, like we just talked about, going up against the rookie Jared Jones. Both with ERAs under 3, both know how to strike out some guys, that's for sure. Identical walk rates. I mean, it's pretty crazy how somewhat similar they are. Skubal's obviously the better pitcher right now at this stage of his career, but that's a great matchup. Andrew Abbott for the lefty for the Reds has been throwing the ball really, really well. Does not strike out a lot of guys, but still limits hard contact. It really gets the job done. 3.03 expected ERA. And then no pitcher yet as of recording this for the Oakland A's, but Kevin Gausman starting to make a little bit or show some signs that he's coming back. 3.75 expected ERA, 25.1% K rate, going up against a struggling, and I mean struggling, Mike Clevenger of the Chicago White Sox. And then in Atlanta, we got Max Fried trying to get stuff back on track. The Braves are struggling right now. No Acuna for the rest of the year, and just has not gone the way they or were planning it at least. So anyways, those are the first 8 matchups. If you are new, the bottom shows all the averages just to kind of give you guys an idea, but this can help you hopefully start your day to look up all the matchups or bet walks, strikeouts, money lines, whatever it is. Hopefully it helps you get some winners. But now let's go take a look at page 2. We got some good starting pitchers on page 2, including Zach Wheeler and Tyler Glasnow. As you can see, Wheeler there, 2.53 and 2.56 ERA and expected ERA, under a 1 whip. Huge strikeout rate. We know what Wheeler can do. And then Tyler Glasnow, a 2.5 expected ERA, over a 30% K rate, going up against the Mr. McGill of the New York Mets. Other than that, Luis Castillo, we don't have a pitcher yet for Houston. Last I checked, Christian Javier is scratched and is heading to the IL, I believe is what I heard. So no pitcher there. Big mismatch for the Yankees in their advantage. Nestor Cortez, 3.05 expected ERA versus Griffin Canning. And listen, Canning's actually been limiting some runs lately, but he's been a little lucky in my opinion. Does not strike out a lot of guys either. But other than that, Tristan McKenzie, who's been pretty decent, starting to bounce back a little bit, going up against a struggling Ryan Feltner, although his expected ERA is lower, but obviously pitching in Coors Field can be tough. So anyways, those are the last 8 matchups for May 28th. As you can see, the 2 on the bottom are Game 1 and Game 2 for that Dodgers and Mets series. So that's all we got for you for all the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and go check it out, because right now, limited time only, use the promo code JABO. You get 30 days free plus the 7-day free trial. A great deal. So here we go. This first game takes us out to Camden Yards, where we got the Orioles hosting the Boston Red Sox. Orioles minus 170 on the money line. The Red Sox plus 142. With a total of 8.5 runs. So this best bet, we're gonna tail the pitcher going up against the Orioles. I know we lost on the hook yesterday, but give me Brian Bayo over 15.5 outs at minus 125 on DraftKings. So it's another starting pitcher versus the Orioles. I don't think Bayo. I'm not gonna sit here and say Bayo is some outstanding pitcher, but he's been decent. I think he's a decent pitcher, and it's really about the line. It's 15.5 outs. I think it's a little short here. So let's talk about it. Bayo's pitch count is what I'm loving here. He's finally being stretched out. So if you don't know about him, he was injured and out about 3 weeks, and now he's made 3 starts since then. So in his first start, he only went 68 pitches. They were just getting him back. So that start doesn't even matter to me, honestly. And with those 68 pitches, he still went 5 innings. So, take that for what it is. But in the last 2 starts, 194 pitches. He is completely stretched out now. In those 2 starts, he went 4.2 innings, which is obviously under this. He struggled. He just gave up a lot of earned runs. It was just one of those games. And then he went 6 innings. So in the last game, when he went 6 innings, He even walked 4 guys. He wasn't as sharp as he should have been and still went 6 innings. Again, we only need 1 out in the 6th inning. We do not need, this is not one of those typical, we need 6 full innings or anything like that. But he is facing an Orioles offense that we talked about yesterday. I understand they hit the ball well yesterday. I do get that. But I got to go over the larger sample size. And in the month of May, they are dead last in batting average versus righties. That's right. They are hitting 207 as a team, 29th in on base percentage at 276. Getting on base less than 28% of the time. And then on top of that, and when it comes to outs recorded, you want to see that you're facing a team that does not work the counts and see a lot of pitches. They've seen the 10th fewest pitches this year per plate appearance at 3.84 pitches per plate appearance. That's not easy to say. But anyways, that's why that's what you like to see, because I think Bello, if he can get some quick outs, have a couple quick innings, even if he has 1 inning where he struggles a little bit, I think that really helps. But we got Bello throwing 90, 95, maybe 100 pitches again, going up against a team that is dead last in batting average and getting on base is struggling. I got to take this. I only need 1 out in the 6th inning. So give me Brian Bello over 15.5 outs as my first best bet. All right, bet number 2 is a player prop parlay. Give me Cole Reagans over 17.5 outs recorded and Griffin Canning no to record a win at -110 on DraftKings. So let's start out with Mr. Cole Reagans over 17.5 outs. This line on its own is about -170. That's why you see the second leg to reduce the juice. We'll talk about that in a second. But Reagans has been one of the best starting pitchers in the league. I mean, you guys already know this. He just outdueled Tariq Scooby-Doo last game, striking out 12, giving up only 1 hit to the Detroit Tigers. Been pretty impressive. He was a little more inconsistent, obviously, earlier in the season, but still pretty solid. He has now gone 6+ innings in 8 of 11 starts, including 5 straight so far. And 3 of those 5 he went over 6 innings. I think he had 1 or 2 starts to 7 innings. I mean, this guy can go deep into games. He went 6 innings versus this Twins team last time he faced him this year, but it was the very first start of the season, so take that for what it is. But the Twins this month versus lefties, 23rd on base percentage, 29th in walk percentage, which is huge. If they're a team that is just swinging at pitches in the zone, out of the zone, and not walking a lot, that is going to keep his pitch count down, which is what you want to see. And those are the kind of things I look for. If they can't get on base and they're not walking, anything like that, it's going to help him. The Twins have also seen the 6th fewest pitches overall this season. So they're not a team that's just working counts and working pitchers and grinding away overall this season compared to most teams. So in a good matchup, I don't see why Cole cannot go at least 6 innings here for the 6th straight time. So give me Reagans over 17.5 outs. And then this second leg, you guys have been seeing a lot lately. We are now either 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 on this leg for the no to record a win. So you go to pitcher props, you go to record a win, and you actually choose no. That's how that works. Crazy, huh? Anyways, it's just been a huge help. Like I said, -170. We're now taking it down to -120. Griffin Canning, his numbers lately have been okay. He's been getting lucky. When you see him pitch and you see his advanced metrics, he's been letting a lot of guys on base. He's just been getting out of a lot of jams. He is due for some negative regression compared to his numbers lately. Enter the New York Yankees. My freaking goodness. Versus righties in May. 2nd best batting average. 4th best on base percentage. Number 1 creating runs overall in the MLB. And number 1 in slugging. This will be a very, very tough matchup in a good hitter's park right now in LA. I think they're going to get to Canning in this game, I think, pretty easily. To be honest with you, I also like their team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings or over 4.5 in the full game. But in order to record a win, if you don't know, you have to pitch for 5 innings, first of all. He may not make it 5, we'll see. But if he does make it 5, you have to leave the game with the lead, and that lead can never, ever, ever be given up all the way through the end of the game. That's how you get the win. So there's going to be a lot of outs here, even if somehow he leaves with the lead. I doubt it's a very big lead, and I think the Yankees can hit this Angels bullpen. But on the other side, if you're talking about a win, you got nasty Nestor Cortez, the lefty. He's been solid. He's been limiting runs all season long. I think he can limit this Angels offense, who I know have been hitting lefties a little bit better lately than righties. But I just think the Yankees here are going to be ahead after 5 innings. I think they win this game. So I just think there's a lot of outs here. So give me Griffin Canning, no to record a win, along with Cole Reagans over 17.5 outs recorded. And that is my second best bet. And for this video, there's a lot I like for this slate. but I cannot I'm still working through what I want to pick for best bets, and I want to make sure I fully research and everything. So instead, I'm going to give you three leans that are on my mind right now. Again, it's like almost midnight here. I can't sit here till 1 a.m. deciding. So I'm going to give you those two best bets and these three leans right now. And any added plays, of course, as always, will be in the pinned comments below, will be on X and on Discord. So this first lean, Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs allowed. Andrew Abbott's given up 2 or less earned runs now in 9 of 10 starts. He has been absolutely excellent at limiting hard contact. If you don't know him, he's not a guy who misses a lot of bats. He just keeps guys off balance, tries to limit hard contact. He has given up only 7.4 hits per 9 innings. He is now facing a Cardinals offense who they've been better lately, and that's what's given me a little pause that they've been better, but they just still don't scare me that much. I think with Andrew Abbott's stuff, I like him to go under 2.5 earned runs. Another worry I have in this is that the line is a 9.5 over under in the Great American Small Park. So there's a few red flags, few worries, but I do like Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs. So next one, another lefty, Jesus Luzardo of the Miami Marlins, over 17.5 outs recorded. He's starting to find the mojo again. If you haven't noticed, his last 2 starts have been excellent. He has pitched 8 and 6 innings. That's right, 8 innings in one of his last 2 starts. So he's gone over this in 2 straight now after he did miss some time, so he was working his way back. But he's only given up 8 hits and has not given up an earned run in those last 2 starts, which is over 14 innings versus the Brewers and the Mets. He's now facing the Padres offense, who are the bottom half of the league versus lefties this month in WRC plus, OPS, walk rate, ISO power. They're just not showing a lot of power versus lefties. They are 28th in that. And I just think it's a good matchup for him. I think he's going to get the job done. Padres also have the 7th highest first pitch swing percentage in the league. So, hey, if we can get a few outs where it's just one pitch, ground out, one pitch, fly out, things like that, I will gladly take it. But I like Jesus Luzardo over 17.5 outs recorded. As of right now, I probably like that just a little over the Andrew Abbott bet if I had to pick. And then the third one, going back to what blew it for us on Monday, the Royals money line. Now, they let us down yesterday against Joe Ryan, but we're getting like minus 125 for Cole Reagans on the mound versus Richardson. I'm just not understanding this. The line's already been moving. It was minus 110. Now it's minus 125. We all know about Reagans. I've talked about him already before. We just talked about him earlier. He's a stud. He's one of the better pitchers in the American League. I'm keeping it simple. Much better starting pitcher, much better team, more consistent team this year, especially offensively for the Royals. One loss one loss the day before should never affect your betting. I mean, we're talking a million games over the season. So, I think they bounce back here and get a win. I'm kind of flabbergasted if you can't tell by this number. I thought it would be minus 150, minus 160. It's not like the Twins or some team that's just dominating the season or anything like that. So give me the Royals money line as my third lean. Jesus Luzardo over 17.5 outs and Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs are my other ones. So that's all I got. That's a lot of talking. I know. Thanks for listening. But those are my 2 best bets, my 3 leans, and let's go check out the recap. All right, we got Brian Bayo over 15.5 outs recorded at minus 125, and Cole Reagans over 17.5 outs recorded, and Griffin Canning no to record a win at minus 110. If you fast forward to this part, you missed a lot of info, but also I gave out 3 leans. 1 or 2 may make the card for Tuesday. We will see, but I'm definitely going to be adding some plays, maybe even a hitter parlay as well. So again, it will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Thank you guys for listening and all the support day in and day out for this like year and a half or a little over that we've had this channel. I really appreciate it. Go check out that NBA Best Bets video if you haven't already as well. But I hope everyone has a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.